All right, everybody, we're back. We just took a couple-minute break in our broadcast. Antoinette is gone, but Dr. Ray Doktor, Brad Swanson, myself, we're all back. This is still Real Men, Real Answers. We're just going to kind of open the conversation up. We were just talking about feminine sensuality. Tantra came up, a couple other things, and Mika is still standing by. So there was a question that came in right at the end of the last program. What was it?
Yes, Gabby would like to know if you as a man can feel a woman's sensual vibe without her consciously sending you any kind of signals, energy.
Oh, yeah.
You can pick up on that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Tell me what that experience is.
Well, I'm not sure how she's exactly asking the question, but I'll deliver it in different ways. If a woman is really embodying herself and she just walks by you, you can feel it. You can just feel a woman walking by at Whole Foods and go,
really?
Yeah, it's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to. So absolutely, and it doesn't mean the girl has to necessarily be wearing something that's revealing or anything else. It's just that she's comfortable in her body, and that is no different than when you see, say, a little girl who's playing and she's excited with her friends, and she comes out and you're a complete stranger, and she walks up, looks at you, and she smiles at you. You don't even know her, and she opens up your heart. That's another way, and the reason why I bring that up is because sometimes women try to connecting to a man through always maybe being sexual, but maybe you can even connect to a man by being playful. Just embodying that.
Is that your experience? Can you sniff a conscious chick out in the aisle?
I would say, I mean, I'm affected by women. I'm affected by. I think the more I've woken up, the more conscious I've become, the more I'm in tune with that. There's women who, you know, there's a communication that starts happening that is that unexplainable communication that is awakening, it is consciousness, awareness. Because then there's women who are totally not conscious or just in a different vibration, and I don't feel them or really even see them in a way. It's like they can. It's just different. It's just a different energy experience for me. Yeah, completely. And the same, and vice versa. Like they don't see me.
I wish I had my pendulum. I was looking for something I could use as a pendulum, but basically just imagine a crystal, and I'm holding it by a string, whatever, and if I were to put it by my body, you start seeing it spin. So when you talk about relationship, are you talking about what's coming from my mouth? Are you talking about when we're touching? Or are you talking about that vibration that's going back and forth? So the real relationship begins by that frequency. So if you're emanating strong sexual, feminine energy, of course, a person who's open is going to experience that also. That's how it works.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. What else came up? Or guys, did anything come up for you during the conversation that you kind of want to talk about? I mean, I don't know, we just had this big, like, energetic female sensuality conversation. I mean, I mean, Brad, you kind of look like you got hit by a truck.
Do I? I'm all sweaty and hot.
A little bit.
Jesus Christ.
Was Antoinette's vibe just like, ooh?
Yeah,
I mean, was it like
her vibe?
I've just been stressed out the last 2 days. I've had a rough couple days of just taking care of a bunch of stuff, so I've been a little bit more like stressed out. But no, there wasn't. I mean, the whole thing is that, you know, for me, it's like in my real life, I'm out there, I'm dating, I'm like checking things out with women and stuff, and so it's, you know, it's interesting being out there in the dating world, and that's what sparked this conversation was, you know, I'm just a very turned on person, and I'm very, very honest, and so, you know, in regards to this one situation, I'm like, I shared something that was kind of out there as far as how I'm viewing the world and being honest with women, and that's what triggered this whole conversation at the beginning was, you know, it was like it busted open the doors because it's like it immediately separated, like, okay, I'm looking at it this way, you look at it this way, and it's like this complete disconnect. And even, you know, basically the bottom line is, you know, I talk a lot about threesomes and stuff like that. We were talking about that last week, and having conversations and be able to be honest, because the only thing I know about relationships is that a lot of people have been lying and cheating and not being able to be honest. So there's a lot more conversations like we had last week about there's polyamory, there's like more open relationships or people that are experimenting and stuff like that. Now, me being the sexual creature that I am, I for a fact, I will not lie and I will not cheat again. Like I won't do it. It doesn't work.
Because you'll communicate about
Because I'll
everything.
I'll communicate about everything. So we're going to communicate together.
I want to commend you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
I also want to say happy birthday.
Thank you. Ah!
No, it wasn't.
No, but it's coming up.
It was coming up.
Well, it was. We had that party on Saturday, but it's coming up on Monday. But
Oh man, I was like, if
Okay,
I forgot my
40.
partner's
yeah,
birthday.
but thank you.
Actually, that probably will happen. I better
Yes.
just say happy birthday now too, because whenever it is, I won't remember.
Yeah.
So everyone watching, just send some loving thoughts to Brad.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
But you know, that's
Birthday.
interesting. I think that subject is awesome. Where we've
'Cause
said this before, cheating's impossible if you communicate. Because
That's
then
right.
anything, and I've said it before too. I don't care what a woman's story is, as long as she communicates it to me in advance.
Well, I'm when I'm out. So we're out this weekend, and I'm out with my buddies. We're partying, and I'm dancing, and I'm just having a great time. I'm turned on, and I'm turned on by everything, and we're sharing, we're talking, and I'm with this girl, and we're having this great experience, and it's like, and I'm gonna try. Like, here's the thing: I don't want to just do everything. I'm not out to just do all that, but I'm attracted, and I want to be able to talk about everything. And maybe we do. I don't know, but can we be honest about it? Can we do it together? Where it's an exciting thing. It brings us together. It's a communication. It's like all this stuff, and it turns me on to be able to even talk about it honestly with someone. To just talk about a woman and go, you think that guy's beautiful? I do too. Do you think that beautiful? I think she's beautiful. Like, isn't she? Like, that is such a turn on because it's been so taboo. Like, don't do that. Don't be honest. You can't tell your girlfriend, I think that girl's beautiful. But what? What the fuck's the matter with you? Like,
that
what the hell are
actually
you talking
transcends
about?
all relationships. It
Yes.
doesn't matter if it
It's
could
everything.
It could be child-parent relationships. It could be
Everything.
sibling relationships. It could be any type of
Everything.
relationships.
I just want to be able to be there with a person I care about and go, wow, like my friend comes up and he's beautiful. Like, your friend is handsome, isn't he? Isn't he a good-looking guy? Like, it's like, what the fuck? Isn't that the way it's supposed to be?
Yes.
Like, you have no insecurities, you love yourself, you love your partner, and then you share love with everybody else. And you express it, you don't have to like hide shit. I just can't hide shit anymore.
I bet, and I could be assuming, but I'm sure you trigger a lot of people who watch the show like, oh my God, I can't believe he's saying that, or I couldn't be that way, which is awesome. That's why you're here. You're like this spiritual Howard Stern, just saying shit that people don't want to talk about. Like kind of like just like really pushing buttons regarding relationships, you know?
Yeah.
Holy shit, does that mean I'm Robin?
Yeah, so it's cool you have that dynamic, you put that out there because it is true. Even I'll be upfront, I'm honest, but there's things that you talk about that I could maybe have some reservations with just because of history. Like I don't want that to be held against me later on, but more and more I'm honest and open. I'm sharing with people where I'm at. But it's because the last thing we want to do is to be judged by that. But the bottom line is with you, at least for me now, I figure, you know what? I'm just filtering people out then.
Totally.
It's a filtering system.
Totally.
Because the reality is that if you really want to live an effortless, conscious, passionate life, you want to be around people who are on the same frequency. They're like, I get you. That's cool. I'm the same way. You like him. I like him. You like her. I like her. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, completely. And it's just taking all the fear away, and it's like, and like I said last week, it's just it makes relationships a choice. Like you really get to choose somebody.
Thank you.
You know that you get to choose them, and you get to choose and create that with them, and it's like, and then all the fear is gone, and then you get to,
Yeah, the thing in relationships is so important is that we subscribe to these fucking ideas. It's more like the form of the relationship.
Yes.
Like I saw the 5-year engagement.
Right.
Basically, they're unhappy because they're not married and yet they're in a committed relationship for 5 years.
Yes.
They're living with each other, not realizing that that is the relationship.
Yes.
But what's really important to understand that is, and these type of relationships here, they're about unfolding. They're unpredictable.
That's right.
They're unpredictable.
There's no safety net. Like there's no fucking safety net.
And would you say your preferences change all the time?
Absolutely.
Your preferences change all the time. Imagine saying to someone, your vows when you're like freaking 21 years old, or even you're 30, and then you're like 50, they're supposed to be the same.
Yeah.
Bullshit. A relationship is about renegotiating all the time. So you have to have those open conversations. It's not like you're going to tell your wife or girlfriend every moment, yeah, I was in Starbucks and I got a boner and the line behind this girl.
No,
you have to share, well, if you want to, But it's more like, I'm feeling this is what's going on. I'm starting to feel attraction. What do you think this is? You know, what can we do?
Yes.
You know, it's just kind of exploring, being open. It's because you have different preferences. You're always changing, and that's why people, when you look at relationships, when, like, you know, the wife is taking a shit and he's brushing his teeth,
Yeah.
that's because they start, like, they're trying to subscribe to some, like, idea.
Yeah.
And what they do is they just diffuse each other's energies. They take the hunter out of the hunter.
Totally.
And a gatherer, she fucking has gathered too many fucking acorns, and she's now just sitting around not doing shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's totally
Yeah.
true.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Let me bring up the question.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll save you.
Please keep chatting.
So Jill on Australia says, do you any of you guys actually want a monogamous relationship?
That's a great question.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
What was
The question is, do any of us really want a monogamous relationship? And I want to address this at a big level first, and then Brad, I want to hear your answer.
Yeah.
But this comes in a lot because we're always exploring this discussion that includes getting connected to ourselves and communication, and occasionally polyamorous relationships come up as a subject, that I actually think that the perception out there is that we are somehow promoting something, anything at all, which we're actually not,
No, we're
except
not.
for open communication.
That's
and
right.
honesty.
Yes.
Correct.
And so you were saying you don't know if you want a monogamous relationship.
Yes, I don't know. It's because I'm getting connected. I'm being connected to my truth, and every day is a new day. What I do know is that I want to be in a communication. I'm going to be in a communication that's honest, and I see the possibility of monogamy. I actually have experienced the possibility of it, like what's there, and like how it exists, and how two beings come together without fear. Here's how monogamy is going to happen for me. It's going to have to come from another woman who's totally fearless and who doesn't fucking care about that. Then I'll be like, I'll be like,
No conditioning.
I just want to be with you.
Absolutely.
Then I don't need to be with anybody else, because you are fearless, because it's not a joke. You can't trick someone into that. They have to own it and go, dude, you know, like, you want to talk, you want to play, you want to do this? Like, I'm just as down, whatever. And in that space, I might be like, you know what? I don't want anybody else but you. I don't need anybody else but you. But until that happens, it totally comes up for me. When the second that there's fear, the second that a woman is like, starts putting all kinds of fear on it, or trying to negotiate, or like this, I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
no, because it's a trap. I feel trapped.
Yeah.
And so,
Like,
because-
instantaneously.
because this is real men, real answers, I want to give us all a chance to respond. And I want to say, just to give a little bit of a different perspective, which is, I do want a monogamous relationship. In fact, I think I've only been in monogamous relationships, but I have taken the opportunity to think about this and to consider, is there something else I want? So I've addressed the fact that I don't want a polyamorous relationship because I am conditioned to think that monogamy is right. I honestly just want it. And at the same time, Ray, you're right. Relationships are dynamic. So what that means is that in my current evaluation of my personal sexual value system, that is my choice. However, it could change.
Yes.
Yeah. I would like a monogamous relationship, but what I really dislike is that word when you're trying to use that word monogamous. What I want is a committed relationship, committed to growth.
Yes.
Committed to growth.
Committed to just understanding each other
Yes.
and trying to like live beyond those fucking boxes that don't work for like
don't
this
work.
culture. And so, but I'm a helpless romantic. Fuck, I've seen
Me too!
I've seen
I
every
totally
chick,
am too!
every chick flick out there, I
like
go
me and
see.
two
And
women.
by myself. I'm like, oh
Dude,
yeah.
I am the same way.
I want a notebook fucking relationship.
too!
Me
Me too!
I want to die next to my partner.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too.
I want to experience that.
I feel the same way.
But I'll tell you, it's not so much about just being with that one person. Keep in mind, it's not, when I see those movies, fuck yeah, I cry. I fucking weep when I see those movies, because I would love, like, if I had any fear, it'd be like, I want to make sure that I can just love this person forever. And when I'm questioning a relationship, I'm not questioning whether or not she needs to be different or change. That what's going on inside of me? How can I grow with this person to keep that passion alive? That's more important to me than anything else. And as far as as how thou look, I don't know. But again, it's more that if I sit there and try to commit more to an idea and being with the same person, and that it's more going towards the form, then I'm going to lose who I am in that relationship no
Correct.
matter what.
That's right.
So it's almost like monogamy becomes the byproduct of just the beingness of the
Correct.
relationship. It
Yes.
just kind of
Yeah.
happens instead of saying this is the way it has to be.
There's this fear that women are like, are you going to be monogamous? Will you be monogamous? Are you going to cheat on me? Are you going to cheat? Are you going to like? And it's like that right there is a trap. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not even going near that because I'm already done before I even get started. Because to be honest and go, well, I don't know. Like, yes, I love you, but the second that I feel fear, I'm like, no, I don't want near that. Because I want somebody I've been working on my fears all this time. I've been ripping myself to shreds, tearing myself apart to like let go of all my fears. And I'm like, you have to do the same thing too. We have to do it together. Like it's a team effort here. We have to be constantly like doing that together, and that I'm interested in.
One final question. Is there one last one? Or
Well, I have one for Brad, since you just mentioned...
all right, this will be our final question of the night.
Since you just mentioned as soon as you sense fear, you basically put the tail between your legs and run.
No, I don't run. I don't
But
run.
you said you don't want to be near it.
No, I
so-
just immediately immediately my senses become very heightened because then I'm like, where is this person coming from? This woman coming from, and is there any room for this discussion, or is it just done?
Okay.
If he appeases her, like if he does
Yeah,
the
if I
things that
was
she
to,
wants,
like-
then what ends up happening is he's
no,
subscribing
that's
to her
not my
insecurity,
question.
and that's what creates that even more fear
my
anxiety.
question was not, that's what where I was going. I was going sort of when you sense fear and you keep away from it, we do stop the healing process of that woman growing from that fear.
Absolutely.
So if you say, this is a trap, I don't want to be anywhere near it, that my question was, instead of saying I don't want to be anywhere near it, making her aware of that trap and try to heal her.
Communicating.
Like you talked about, would I run from fear? No, but there's ways to deal with someone's fear where you have to also take care of yourself and live your life and be present with the world.
And that's the one thing I would add to that too, is that when I get that too, when I detect something, it's like, can we communicate about it?
Yes.
See if together we're going to work on this, bring awareness to it. But then there also is, the word I use is choice, is if it's continually going on perpetually and she's staying in that place, then at some point I probably will choose out of that because it's just simply not the partnership I want. I want it to be mutual growth.
My point is just that we all carry responsibility in healing,
Absolutely.
healing one another, whether it be the opposite sex or your friends. So
If you're being offered some free tools that could get you unstuck, would you be interested? If so, visit raydoctor.com and receive your free transformational exercises. Imagine starting each day feeling deeper love, a clearer mind, and being able to say to yourself, I really feel good. My clients love these and so will you. Get them now for free at raydoctor.com.